Give me the go signal.
Okay na, sir.
Alright guys, good evening, good morning pala sa inyo lahat dyan. No? It's already 10:30 p.m. here in Orlando, Florida. I'd like to again thank you for listening up. You know, nothing can separate us, no distance can separate us from achieving our goals. So we are just so thrilled to let you know about what we're doing. And we're just excited about what's happening here. No? But we're now live on Justin.tv, and this is our Saturday training. It's Saturday in Manila right now, 10:30 to 12. And we'd like to thank you again for all your cooperation and faith in the company and in what we're doing. I have tons of good news, which I'll be telling you in a bit. I just arrived from Tampa, which is a couple of hours drive away from Orlando, west of Orlando, Florida, and was able to talk to one of our suppliers for our application. And I don't know if you remember the application I was telling you about. Ito yung application po na gusto natin i-add sa systems rin natin when we start launching all these virtual products. It's actually a leads generator application. Okay, I don't know if you know what a leads applicator generator is. It's a program where you can actually get leads from the 40 top social networks like Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Multiply, and all the rest of the 40 top social networks. This lead generator application can actually help you find customers or distributors anywhere in the world. Like I said, most of our virtual products can actually be done from countries from A to Z. Sky is the limit. There's really no limitation. I'm just sure, Joey, the president of our company, Mr. Joey Duque, happens to be my brother. Just recently launched a prepaid card in Manila, and it will be out all over the Philippines in very little time. And you can actually do that. But we're also finishing our gateway system, which will allow us to be able to market our products to customers and recruit from different parts of the world just using their credit cards. But this application I'm telling you about, itong bagong application na to, is napaka-exciting po. This application can generate leads. Ano ibig ko sabihin? Ibig sabihin nito, if for example you type a certain country, let's say Italy, and then type in a certain words, for example, you type in home business, and then you type in 1 month, it will actually locate all the social networks and everybody who typed home-based business in Italy for the past 1 month, and it will generate it. So you can actually recruit people in Italy. Or for example, you want to sponsor people in the US, and you can zoom in specific states and type in keywords, for example, network marketing. And those people who actually type network marketing in their own personal social networks like Facebook, it will generate it, and it can generate specific locations. So you can actually sponsor those people or begin to type, let's say sa Facebook, bigyan po kayo ng listahan. They will give you a list of everybody who will type those keywords. So you're not limited, hindi ka limited lang sa isang country. You can actually zoom in and find potential leads or potential networkers or customers who are interested to do the same business. So, well, I was just there a while ago, just a couple of hours ago, and it seems like it's a good application, which again we'll be adding. My hope again, our hope is we will be adding in the next 3-6 months, we'll be adding more and more products down the road. And as we do that, all of them are going to be virtual products. And we're going to continue making more products like our e-learning products, which will help people from ages 5 to 12 or 20 and help them improve in their education through e-learning. So these products will be able to be sold through our system. Okay? can hear the dog from my background. Excuse me for a while. Okay, I'm at home. So, okay, can you give me a quick second? Let me just remove this for a while. All right, I'm back. That's a clear example of you being able to do this business from the comforts of your own home. That's a clear example because I had to stop because my dog was barking. Can you imagine we're building a huge business while I'm in Orlando, Florida? You can actually build your network anywhere in the world, even while your dog is barking. So that is really funny. Again, just going back, we're creating more applications as the months go by. So just keep doing what you're doing. Sponsor as many people. Don't wait. Don't wait for all the products to come out because all of these are coming out already one at a time. We have our wheatgrass, which is an excellent product. Now we also have our virtual products. The game is being launched, and then we're also launching Zoe Teaches Typing. It's a typing application which is going to help a lot of people, and you can actually sell those products anywhere in the world. So those two products plus all the other e-learning products and the leads generator application, which will be sometime very soon. So keep at it. Thank you again for all you're doing. I'd like to greet the Tugigaraw group. Kumusta na yung mga Tugigaraw? I was just talking to Charles and Buddy and the rest of the team. So I just want to say hi to them. I know Jean is also listening, and also I think Rads is in Batak, in Lawag, and those people in Lawag, and there are some people listening right now in Hong Kong. So again, I'd like to thank you for tuning in and just listening to what we're doing. Anyway, today I'd just like to talk about a very, very simple topic, which is again so important in building the network. And I'm referring to developing the leaders around you, okay? Developing the leaders around you. This is one of my favorite topics that I always talk about as we begin to develop key people, potential leaders in our network, at the Bizo network. The leader's key question is this. My question to you is this. Are you raising up potential leaders? Think about that. Some people, they dream big, they want to create a huge network, but my question to you is this. Are you raising up potential leaders? Okay? This is so important. Okay? How you can be able to oversee people, and how a lot of networkers wish that they could develop potential leaders. Okay? Who are the people that you're raising up? Are there potential leaders in your team? Are the leaders growing? Are they getting equipped? Okay? What do you do to raise them up? These are some of the questions that are so crucial and so important in raising up leaders. Why is it so important for us to raise up potential leaders? Why is it so important for us to keep developing new distributors and new leadership? Okay? Again, I always say this, leadership is something that you develop. It is not just a skill, but it's actually touching people and helping them bring out the best in each one of them. Why leaders need to reproduce other leaders? Why is it so important? You have to acquire and keep good people, and keep good people in your network. This is a leadership character. Are you able to keep good people in your organization? Okay? The bottom line and the essential message actually is that you can actually do it alone. You can't do this network marketing business alone. You need to develop other leaders. Okay? And the other thing about leadership and the need to reproduce leaders is this: those closest to you will determine the success level of your leadership. People either add to you or subtract from you. Okay? Are the people closest to you adding to you? Are they enhancing you? Because this will determine your level of success. Those closest to the leader will determine the level of success or failure of that particular leader. They will either make you or break you. Okay? Okay, so stop for a moment and think about the 5 or 6 people that are closest to you in the organization. Who are those 5 people that are closest to you? Do they add to you? Are you adding to them? Are you developing them? Do you have a game plan for them? Okay? Are they growing? Are those people growing in their character, in their skills? Okay? Have they been able to lift your load up? You see, you'll know the people that are so important to you. Because the guys who are so important to you are the ones you will feel the ouch when they leave. Okay? Who are the people in your group that if they leave or leave your network will hurt you the most? Those are the people that are actually the potential leaders in your network. Okay? So you have to see that. The organization or your network's growth potential is directly related to the people in your network. Again, let me repeat that. Your network potential growth is directly proportionate to the growth of your leaders. Okay? They say that if you grow a leader, you grow a network or you grow an organization. The bigger your network grows, this is all due to a growing leader. Okay? You can't bring people, if in a scale of 0 to 10, if you are a leadership, your leadership level is level 6, for example, you can't bring them to a level that's higher than that unless you sponsor somebody who has high leadership level skills. Okay? See, potential leaders can actually help you carry your load. You don't have to do all the job. There are some people in your network that you have to train them consistently, motivate them consistently. Because the day you don't communicate, they actually get demotivated. You know of some people like that. They're not self-motivated leaders. They need others to keep motivating. Okay? While the other kind of leaders, they don't, it's low maintenance and there's high return. Low maintenance and high return means they're already developed. There's not so much need for training. But they already become very productive. They're self-motivated. They're self-inspired. They have their own vision and they're willing to create and work on their vision. Okay? So this is so important. So there are several ways you can win. You can win by competitiveness, or you can win by cooperation or just joining a team. Okay? So this is so critical. Now, most of the potential leaders in your network, they possess a leadership mindset. A leadership mindset is one that will actually have their own incentives, or initiatives rather. They initiate the work by themselves. They keep working at it. And those kind of leaders are the leaders who will attract other leaders. There's a saying, people, okay, flock the same kind of people. Okay, birds of the same feather, okay, they flock together. If you get a leader, normally the kind of people that they're around are also leaders. It takes a leader to know a leader, to grow a leader, and show a leader. It takes one to be able to lead. Okay? It takes one to be able to lead. Leaders who are potential leaders, they multiply their effectiveness. I'm going to repeat that. Leaders who potential leaders multiply their effectiveness. Okay? You become effective when you multiply yourself. Okay? There's no success without a successor. Actually, success without a successor is failure. Who are you mentoring? Who are you discipling? Who are you teaching? Teaching your team. There are people that are improving in your group. Okay? I would rather have a handful of guys who are trained leaders, because it's the few guys, okay? It's the few guys that bring in majority of the production. So it's again training. developed leaders expand and enhance the future of the organization. When you have developed leaders, they actually expand the future of the organization. These are the people who bring in the results. They bring home the bacon. Okay? But how do you do this? Let me just say this. The more people you lead, the more leaders you need. I'm going to say it again. The more people you lead, the more leaders you need. If you want a lot of people, you need a lot of leaders. Okay? And remember, Moses was one of the greatest leaders in the Old Testament. But how would you like to, relocate 1.5 million complaining people? That was tough. It takes huge amount of leadership for you to be able to do that. It took one man who was able to do that. Okay? So actually develop all these leaders. Okay, my next toughest challenge for you is this. Are you creating a climate for potential leaders? Do you have an atmosphere for growth? The leaders must experience an environment that will help them grow. Are you creating environment for your people to actually grow? Okay? You see, that is the great whale shark. If you put it, it can grow up to 20 feet in length. But if you put it in an aquarium that's 3 feet length, you can grow that size. Because the environment is so important. Are you creating an environment for your team? Do you have an environment where your team is actually growing? Okay? Are they being trained? So you create a climate for potential leaders. Okay? And this is so important. Momentum is the greatest of all change agents. With momentum, leaders look better than they actually are. With momentum, followers increase their performance. With momentum, leaders look worse than they actually are. Without momentum, followers increase their performance. Momentum is the greatest of all change agents. Okay? Creating momentum in your team. Okay? As a leader, you must model the leadership that they desire. They say that the speed of the boss is the speed of the team. The speed of the leader is the speed of the organization. If your growth stops, your ability to lead will stop along with it. So you focus on the potential of the leaders and the organization. Focus on the potential leaders' needs, their desires. What are their desires? What do they need? You focus on that so that you can increase and create an atmosphere of growth. Okay? Every time I look at people, let me say this, I always look at the potential. I always look at the leader in each person. Okay? You see, when you look at the diamond for the first time, a diamond that is not cut is not as pretty. Right? It's one leader to see the diamond in each person. It takes a leader with vision to see the future leader within that particular person. Okay? You see the success in that person. Okay? Now, this is so important because what you're looking for is not just the external. You're looking for, let me give you some of the tips that you're looking for in a person. One is positivity. The ability to work, okay, and see people, situations in a positive way. Be positive. You're looking for positive leaders. Okay, I've seen some who are very negative. I've seen some who are easily demotivated because they're very negative. Okay? Secondly, the leaders that you're looking for the certain leaders. The willing to submit, okay, and stay as a team and follow the leader. Okay? The other one that you're really looking for, this to me is very important. The next thing that you're looking for in a leader is one that has growth potential or somebody that has a hunger for personal growth. A hunger for personal growth. Okay, the ability to keep growing so that you can actually expand your own job. Somebody who's teachable. I am willing to learn. I want to learn more. How are we going to do this? Because at one point you hit it. You keep desiring to learn. You're going to learn, and one day you're going to hit it. Okay? The ability to actually just desire, the willingness to learn. Okay? That's where it's important. Okay? The other thing that you're looking for in a leader is the one who will follow through. The guy who's determined to get the job done. They want to follow through. Okay? They're not just working for the sake of working. They really want to follow through. When they sponsor somebody, they will follow through. They follow up those people. When they have a meeting, they follow up with communication. Okay? They're tenacious. They're persistent. They're determined to make it happen. Okay, that is so critical. There's such a thing as consistency. Okay, doing this Saturday thing we've been consistent for the past 3-4 months. Why? Because we're following through. Whether there's 2 people listening or 2,000 people listening, we're going to follow through. It takes determination to be consistent. It takes determination to do this. That's why only a handful of people make it. Okay, you will see one of these days. When we start doing all these global things that we're planning to do, one of these guys are just going to make. Brad C right now is in Tawag. Okay, he's doing seminars in Batak. Okay, Gene Manawis is the same thing. He's all over the place. Why? Because they're determined. They want to make it happen. They consistently do the job. Okay, Buddy De Jesus and Charles Marcos in Tuguegarao, for example. They're excited, they're positive, servant leaders, they create a potential atmosphere for growth, and they follow through. The next trait is loyalty. Loyalty is the willingness to always put the leader in the organization above personal desires. Being loyal, being consistent. Okay? These are the traits that you're looking for in a leader. Are you a loyal follower? Because if you are, then you're going to be a great leader. Resiliency, the ability to bounce back when problems arise. When you're resilient, you bounce back. Challenges either make people or break you. When people face a mountain ahead of them, what do? They either back down or they say, I'm going to climb this mountain. Because every time you quit, you're moving backwards. Every time you're not resilient, you're moving backwards. Integrity is another trait, which I always mention in network marketing. This is an integrity business. You should never get tired of teaching people this. Integrity is key. The word integrity comes from the word integer, which means whole or one. Okay? Integer means one. Your word is as good as your bond. Your action and your word is the same. Integrity is actually trustworthiness and solid character, consistent words and consistent walk. That's integrity. Another trait you're looking for in a leader that you'd like to develop in your leadership is actually the big picture mindset. You're not just seeing the small things, you're actually seeing the bigger picture. Why are we doing what we're doing? Because we see the big picture. Why are we doing this long term? Because we see the big picture. Why do people quit? Because they don't see the big picture. You see, when you're doing all of these things, because you see a bigger picture, that's why you're consistent. You're not just in here for the short term. You're not doing this for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Because you see the big picture, this takes time. A huge network takes time to build. Okay? It takes a lot of consistency, a lot of training. Because it's only through consistency and seeing the big picture that will allow you to actually become focused. Okay? And when the opportunity comes, you are ready. Because you've been doing it, you've been practicing. So integrity, big picture mindset play an important role. The ability to see the whole vision, the organization, and all of its needs. Okay? The last thing I'd like to say, second to the last rather, is discipline. The willingness to do what is required regardless of personal mood. whether you feel like it or not. I just do it anyway. For example, a training like this, we do it every Saturday, and then I meet with people every Friday. And then we have Wednesday meetings in Kidapawan and Cotabato and Gensan every Wednesday. Whether we feel like it or not, we just do it anyway. That is discipline. Okay? You follow through, you keep doing it. Why do we keep doing it? Because we understand it takes time. Okay? It's not rocket science, but it takes time to do it. It's a handful of guys who really believe that this thing is going to happen. Okay? And the last thing is gratitude. Gratitude is an attitude of thankfulness. You're thankful. No matter what the circumstance, you are thankful. It's easier to walk when you're thankful. It's easier to achieve your goals when you're thankful. When you have an attitude of thankfulness, okay, it becomes a lifestyle. You know, this morning I just said, Lord, thank you for today. I thank you for what you're doing. I thank you for the victories, and I thank you for the challenges. The victories are something we celebrate, but the challenges are something that we embrace because it makes us better people. Because through the challenges, you learn how to persevere. And when you persevere, you develop character, and character brings about hope. So this is so important that we have a thankful heart. Thank you for the challenges. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the victories. Thank you for what you're doing. Okay? Because you trust that all things will work together for good. Okay? And so this is so important. These are the traits that you're looking for in a leader. Okay? And when you see somebody, these are the things that you're in them. It's very, very, very important. Now, I'd like to shift and just let you know that you should, when you're looking for a leader, you place an emphasis on production, not position and title. Let me just say that again. Place an emphasis on production, not position and title. Okay? It's a good thing, you know, it's all about production. Organization that place great emphasis on titles and positions are teaching their distributors to do the same thing. Okay? In developing leaders, we have to emphasize production. Okay? Okay, you can do, time on the job is no substitute for production on the job. Because you can be, you can look busy. Alam mo yung NBA, parang busy kunyari. You can be working and spending so much time, but you're not actually producing. Okay? And it's the kind of climate you want. You want your leaders to emerge. Okay? They always say, there's a nice saying, no matter what size the bottle, the cream always comes to the top. Okay? The cream always rises to the top. Because that's how it works. Okay? You provide growth opportunities. Okay? We must look at the potential leaders around us and ask, what does this person need in order to grow? Think about that. Ask yourself that question. In your downlines, what does this particular person need in order to grow? What do I need to do with him in order for him to grow? Okay? So this is important. Okay? Expose the potential leaders to people successful in the field. So if you recruit somebody who's kind of new, expose them to those who are already successful in the field. Okay? And then you provide a secure environment. The potential leader is free to take risk. Okay? Business is a risk. Talking to people is a risk. So, okay, be free to do that. Show them that. Provide a potential leader with an experienced mentor. I have yet to see somebody who grows without a mentor. Okay? You have to have a mentor. You have to have somebody who will teach you, who's gone ahead of you, who are more experienced, who have experienced success in that particular field. You need mentors. We all need mentors. Whether it's network marketing, whether it's business, whether it's family, we all need mentors. Okay? Provide the potential leader with the tools and resources they need. This is also important. Spend a lot of time okay, and actually money and training and energy to train your potential leaders. Okay. Again, going back to my previous question, are you raising up potential leaders? Okay, if you're raising up potential leaders, what are their names? Can you give me some names of people you're raising? Who in your downlines are you raising up? Okay. Sino yung nire-raise up mo? Sino yung tinuturuan mo maging leader sa network natin? Okay, they also say, lead. When you lead them with vision. Okay, don't manage, you lead people. Important leadership involves casting vision. You go back to the original vision. Whenever I think of the challenges, whenever I face all these things that we're doing, all the trials that we're doing, I always go back to the vision. Go back to the original vision, regroup, and then go forward again. Okay, some leaders forget the vision. Let me just tell you what it is. My vision is very simple. I believe, this is my personal conviction. I believe that a distributor can have a network in all countries. I believe that you can actually create a network, a huge organization, right, in the comforts of your home. I believe with just a computer and internet, you work hard. You can actually do training online. I believe that if you practice your typing skills, using computer skills, your communication skills, I believe you can actually build a global business and do it online. You can create culture. You can create network in different countries. Personally, I believe that. Okay? And some people ask me, Jay, it's not happening. Jay, it's not. Let me tell you this. It will. It's already happening. Right now, I have a network. We have a network in Kidapawan, and we meet with them every week. Right now, we have a network. Just spoke to some guys here in the States. They're excited to be part of this network. Once we open the gateway, okay, we're very close, that close. Question is, are you ready? And I am convinced that's the vision. The vision is in a few months from now, you are going to see something different. This is going to be amazing. Go back to the vision, cast the vision. Okay? An effective vision provides guidelines. Okay? An effective vision provides guidelines. Okay? It gives direction for our organization, direction that cannot effectively resolve rules and regulations or policies and manuals. Okay? This is important. Now, if you are going to work, if you're going to work big, you have to think big, do big things. Okay? I remember when Churchill said, you're doing this, if you're doing big things, you attract big men or women. If you're doing big things, you're going to attract the big guys. If you're doing big things, you're going to attract people with big vision. If you're doing little things, you attract little people. Little people usually cause trouble. What you're looking for are big people. You're looking for guys who have big dreams. They think big. One author, Henry Drummond, says, unless a man undertakes more than he possibly can, he will never do all he can do. I'm going to repeat that. Unless a man undertakes more than he possibly can, he will never do all he can do. You see, your potential goes beyond you. Your vision should be bigger than you. Your vision, I'm going to repeat, your vision should be bigger than you. Because small vision, once you achieve it, it's over. A huge vision should be bigger than you. And you'll be surprised what you can do and what you're able to do. Spend more effort on the farm team than on the free agents. Okay? Excuse me. Now, you're going to make some difficult decisions as a leader. As a leader of the organization, it is your ability to achieve your purpose. You're going to do that. Excited ako sa inyo kasi alam ko kaya yun. Kahit ito eh. Okay? And what we're doing. And also, a person can, I always say this to my kids, you can either play now or pay later, or pay now and play later. Either way, you're going to play, and either way, you're going to pay. Okay? So, I would suggest price. Pay the price that will help leaders. Success always to the price. The lesson I learned a long time ago. My dad taught me that the person pay now and pay later. Okay, so pay to become. I'm going to ask some questions regarding network. Okay, I'm going to ask some questions. Has your net or your group, have they made a specific commitment to grow and develop leaders? Okay. In your organization, are you willing to invest time and energy to develop leaders, to study, to become more knowledgeable? In your network, are you willing to make changes to keep the people growing? Are they growing? Okay. In your organization, okay, you provide growth opportunities for your people. Are they listening? Are they increasing their skills, abilities? These are some of the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Okay? Does your organization think big? Should think big. We all think big. Okay? That's why we're all here. That's why we're going to grow big. Because we really think big. Okay? Do you encourage one another? Okay? Are you not withholding what you know from your downlines? Because they say the great leader share themselves and what they have learned. Do you share what you've learned to other people? Okay? The biggest hindrance in network is a lack of self-esteem. Biggest hindrance for growth is a lack of belief in self, not believing in yourself. It has nothing to do with the organization. It has nothing to do with the product or the compensation plan. Many do not make it because they simply do not believe that they can do it. Okay? They can't believe they can do it. You have to come to a point where you believe in yourself. You have to come to a point where you actually say, you know what, I can do this thing. Okay? And, some people will say, I can't do this because it's too hard. Di ko kaya to. Okay? I will make a boo-boo or make a mistake or I will make a blunder out of this. No. The way you do it is you prepare. The way you do it is you equip yourself. Okay? Success is really dependent on you and what you believe in. Okay? The success is dependent on what's inside your mind and what's in between your two ears. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that this is going to work. Why is some of the people growing? Because they believe it's happening. Okay? It's a matter of belief. Okay? So, again, the last thing I'd like to say here, and I'm gonna stop for a while, is this. First question I asked you a while ago, are you raising potential leaders? My second question is this. Have you identified the potential leaders in your group? Who are the potential leaders in your group? If there aren't any, then you have to recruit some people. Okay, you probably have not recruited guys. Okay. I always say this to my daughter. My daughter is 13 years old. And I've seen her leadership giftings. When she was 7 years old, everyone in their class would follow her. Bettina, my daughter Bettina, would say, "Hey, everybody, let's do this." Everybody would just follow her. "Okay, everybody, let's do this." Everybody would just follow her. Okay? Today, it's still the same thing. Whenever they have their meetings in class, she always becomes the leader. she's a natural leader. Okay? Now, I'm saying this, in your network, are you a natural leader? Are you getting people to do things? Ito yung mga questions na tinatanong ko eh. Because you have to identify, before you do that, you have to be a leader. Now, the next thing is for you to identify potential leaders in your group. Who are the potential leaders in your team? Okay. So for you to be able to do that, as a leader, you have to look for the gold, not the dirt. Do you see the gold or the diamond in each person you're leading? Okay? This is how you're going to develop and identify potential leaders. Who are the potential leaders in your group? The cream will always rise to the top. Now, you have to select the right players. Selecting the right player is going to be very important. Okay? Okay? How do you do that? Let me explain something in selecting good leaders. First, you assess the need. Okay? You assess their needs. Okay? And then you assess all the positive traits that they have. Okay? And then you see the ability of the candidate. What are their abilities? Okay? One thing that you have to look into is the attitude of a potential leader, or the attitude of your candidate. Who is willing? Who is able? Are they able and are they willing? Okay? And then you also have to check what their track record. Who gets things done. This is so important. Very, very important. So when you assess your current leadership qualities, you look at somebody and you say, it's in a scale of 0 to 10, for example. Does this person has influence? Sino yung influential na tao? Sino ba yung influential na tao sa grupo mo? Okay? Sino ba yung disiplinado na tao? Okay? The other thing you can look at is the track record. Kasi pag may track record yan, malaki na agad ng potential yan. Iba na yung may track record eh. Tapos sa networking, kailangan strong people skills. By the way, let me just encourage you. You did not have all of these at the start. Never had. Okay? I never had this. I was meek. I was competent. I didn't know how to do it. What drove me to learn was my vision. What drove me to just keep at it with the vision. Okay? Tapos siguro, the other thing I like kung sinasabi, na hinahanap ko sa network, yung taong gutom. Okay? Hindi yung gutom sa hindi pa nanananghalian, o hindi pa nag-aalmusal. Hindi yun ang ibig sabihin. Ibig sabihin ng gutom, yung talagang gusto pang umasenso, yung meron pang gusto sa buhay. Yung gutom ba? Alam mo yung sabihin, yung gutom eh. Ako lagi akong nagugutom. Parang, guys, I dream, I breathe, and I sleep. When I sleep, I think about this thing. Because I'm hungry. I drove 2.5 hours to Tampa, which is west of Orlando, because I'm hungry. Kasi gutom ako eh. Okay? Hindi po para humarap ng restaurant. Kaya ako nagpunta sa Tampa because I had a meeting. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko sa iyo, application software. Why? Because I can see. Gutom ako eh. Naniniwala ako. Our vision is too big. It can't be done in 2 weeks. Nakuha nyo? A big vision, yung malaking vision na gagawin natin, global business, hindi po kayang gawin ito ng 3 buwan eh. Hindi kakayanin eh. Kasi masyadong malaki yung vision. Ibang tao, gusto nila 2 weeks lang, ayos na eh. Hindi yung mangyayari yun. Many of them some will quit. Those people who stay on 6 months, 1 year, they begin to reap benefit of this thing. Yun ang critical eh. Okay? Yun ang critical. So don't look at it short term. Ako tinitignan ko, this is what's gonna happen. Kailangan gawin. But it takes time. But I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna start learning everything. Jay, ano ba yung mga kailangang aralin? Marunong ka pa mag-present. Marunong ka na ba mag-train. Marunong ka mag-gumamit ng Skype. Nagtitrain ka na ba ng mga tao mo? Meron ka bang weekly meetings? Kaya mo ba explain yung presentation? Kaya mo na ba na mag-gumawa ng mga... Kung hindi mo pa kaya mo na ba mag-communicate ng tama? See, kung yung basic pa lang, hindi pa natin alam, sayang. Kasi kahit buksan natin yung virtual, pag hindi ka marunong mag-Facebook, may hirap. Di ba? Kung hindi mo kaya mag-email, may hirapan ka. So yung mga basic communication, kailangan nakahanda na eh. Yung mga prospects natin. Tsaka kahit na may prospects ka, kung hindi ka naman marunong mag-train ng mga tao, kailangan lakasan mo yung loob mo. Okay? It doesn't have to be English, pwede naman Tagalog eh. Kung nasa probinsya, pwede naman Tagalog, hindi naman English to eh. Bakit ako lang Englishin? Kasi may mga nakikinig na nag-i-English eh. Pero sa totoo lang, pwede naman Tagalog lang, di ba? Pwede naman Bisaya, hindi lang ako marunong mag-Bisaya. Pagi ko na lang si Mrs. But you understand what I'm saying? Yung sinasabi ko, meron ka bang initiative? Malakas ba yung belief system mo? Kasi you can have the best compensation plan, you can have all the best products, but if you're not ready, okay, ito ang importante. Prospecting. Sabi nila, ang magaling daw na network, hindi yung magaling mag-recruit ng isang tao. Yung magaling na networker, yung kayang makarecruit ng isa, tapos yung isa kaya niyang padamihin. Kasi kukunin niya yung connection ng isa na yon at palalakihin niya. Bakit? Yung isang tao na yon may kakilalang 10. Yung 10 may kakilalang tig 10, 100 na yun. Yung 100 may kakilalang tig 10, 1,000 na yun. Nakuha niyo? That's how you do it. The way you build it is, I always tell people this, or can you gather 5 people in your house? I will do the seminar. Pag sumali yan, sa ilalim niya yan. Okay? Sa ilalim niya yan. Yung mga nasa ilalim na naman, yung mga bago na naman na sumali, sabihin ko na naman sa kanila, okay, you gather 5-10 people, I'll do the business in your own place. If they join again, they join under, now you're growing your business. Okay? But in order for you to say that, can you do a presentation? Are you confident? So this is going to play an important role, di ba? So seeing the big picture and all of that stuff. So again, we'd like to thank you. Gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa lahat ng ginagawa nyo, no? And again, give you some updates. I know our first game is going to be out. The prepaid card is being printed. So we're thrilled about that. Get all of that, word wires coming out. And then we're finishing off the next application, which is Zoe Teaches Typing. And then we keep on adding products. Okay? Mahintay na lang. Just be patient. A few more weeks, and we're really ready to go. I miss everybody there in the Philippines. And we're here. I'll be back there on May, and I'll be seeing you again. Keep at it. Just be consistent. Get your guys going and growing. Okay? And we will be seeing you soon. If you have any questions, no, anything at all, kasi ang daming, meron mga suggestion questions, please always, learn how to use Skype. I keep saying this to everybody, let's all use Skype. You can be in the internet cafe, and you can communicate with head office. You get head office. We're teaching everybody to use Skype because I can foresee 1 year, 2 years from now, your network is not just going to be in the Philippines. And if you want to learn the culture of communication and support and training for your entire team, you can use tools like Skype and Ustream. By the way, Ustream, you can also start practicing there. You can start your own broadcasting for your network. It doesn't have to be always me. Pwede ka na mag-start ng broadcast mo. Ha? Ikaw na mismo ang mag-broadcast. Yung training, yung mga training na ganito sa Skype, ikaw na mismo ang mag-train. Diba? Huwag mo na hintayin lagi ako or laging yung upline natin. So you start doing that. Mag-practice na tayo. Because, get ready for the ride of your life. Okay? So again, we'd like to thank you. This is Jay Duque here. I'm in Orlando, Florida. and I'd like to sign out and just say hi. Any questions, anything at all, please let us know. Okay? Call our head office, XC. Leonard is going to help you. Si Mike is going to help you. All the teams are going to help you. And you can get my number. If you have a magic jack, call me here in the States. Okay? Tawagin niyo lang ako dito sa America. Or, let's be friends at Facebook. Or join Bizo at Facebook. Okay? We're in Facebook. There's no excuse. There's no reason why we cannot communicate. I have my email, jay@bizo.net. jay@bizo.net. BIZZOE.net. Email me. Okay? Call me. Okay? Or Facebook or Skype. Always on the road. The last time I was talking to one of my friends, si Buddy, I was on the road and I was Skyping with him. I used my phone as Skype. So there's always a way to get in touch with us. So again, I'd like to thank you for your trust. We thank you for everything that you're doing. Keep the seminars going. And we'll see you soon. Have a good weekend. All right, guys. Love you. We miss you. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Mayet. Bye. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.